Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Corporate Esports Association Overwatch 2 Grand Finals, brought to you by Luna and XP League Franklin. My name is Jeff here alongside Crimso as we get into, what is the culmination of an entire seasons of hard work here between our two squads, and all in the name of charity. This is going to be a first of 4 grand finals here today. And well, I mean, we've got a couple of awesome charities to talk about. We're going to have Carried Amazonians taking on Capital Clutch here for your grand finals, and Carried Amazonians playing for a Mary's Place out of Seattle. This is a shelter that gives a lot of support and aid to families in need. A wonderful incentive. What are your thoughts on that, Cribza?
Yeah, I think it's an amazing cause to play for. I think both these teams kind of have a big reason to perform as best as they can, and I'm excited to see kind of who's going to come out on top.
On the other side, we've got Capital Clutch playing for the Monterey Bay Aquariums, a nonprofit organization. They're out of Monterey, California, doing a lot of research and support of the sea life in that area and really supporting that ecosystem. And I don't know, I love aquariums. I'm a big fan of the aquarium here. Yeah, I think that's another wonderful support. I mean, you got to support nature. Like that's important, Chris. That's important.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I love aquariums. Aquariums are always really awesome to see. I've been to there's one in Georgia that's really, really amazing. There's also one here in Toronto where I live, the Ripley Aquarium, which is also very, very amazing. So very, very nice cause to support.
I'm jealous. The one here in Dallas is a little lackluster, I must say. It's a little.
I think I actually went to the one in Dallas a long time ago. Yeah.
Nice.
I think I have like a mug or something. I remember. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's enough about the cause. Let's talk about our two squads coming in. Well, we've got the Carried Amazonians, excuse me, coming in from your Amazon squad. This is actually your 7th seed coming into this bracket. Let's take a look at how our two teams got to this grand final. And unbelievably enough, this 7th seed have managed to fight their way all the way through here to these grand finals without dropping a single map.
Yeah, that's actually really amazing. I think Carried Amazonians is definitely the team to look out for here in this grand final. I think I would love to see Capital Clutch kind of make that lower bracket story, but I guess we'll just see what happens.
Well, I mean, and not only did they not drop a map that's looking here a little closer, they beat the 2nd seed, the 3rd seed, and the 1st seed in that order. The top 3 seeds coming in all fell without even taking a single point here against Carried Amazonians. Definitely the team to watch. But their opponents coming through the low bracket, as you're talking about, Capital Clutch. I mean, you know what? They fought hard. I mean, it was a map 5er against that number 1 seed to even make it here. I mean, do they have anything left in the tank, I think is the question.
I think they're definitely coming in with lots of momentum here. I guess both teams are kind of coming in with lots of momentum, but I think Capital Clutch is coming in with kind of like the loser bracket mentality of, backs against the wall, it's time to go all out. And it seems like their last match was a 3-2 win. So they should be coming into this match pretty well prepared, and it's going to be very exciting to see.
Could definitely give you a lot of confidence coming out on a map 5 win, particularly against a strong squad like GM Alpha. Well, hey, yeah, let's bring up the roster. Let's talk about the players we're going to see on the battlefield. I mean, this is a wide range of both heroes that they like to play, as well as ranks that are coming into this. So we've got everything from gold to GM here on both of these teams. Wide range of skill sets and ranks, skill ability, I suppose.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how like the higher ranked players are able to kind of help out maybe like the lower ranked players. I think it's a common thing to see. Good players should always be able to kind of elevate the rest of their team. So it should be very exciting to watch these guys.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Matthew leading the charge here on Tank Masters player. Specializes in Rhine, Winston, and Orisa. Fundamental, like old school main tank. A player after my own heart right there. All right, let's take a look at the other side. Let's bring up the carried Amazonians coming through the winners bracket. The flawless team here so far in playoffs. And it's going to be Kill Switch on that tank. A little bit different look. Specializes in the Sigma, the Diva, the Junker Queen. What we might consider more off tanks traditionally.
Yeah, that's actually going to be, I think, a very important thing to look at going into this match, in terms of kind of what heroes they're going to be playing and who seems to be a little bit more comfortable than the others, since they both have kind of opposite hero pools from each other.
And it looks like we actually might be getting a little bit of a swap from what we were initially expecting, with Killswitch actually pulling out the DPS GM player on this squad. And we're getting Dash, who is listed as a DPS player in the tank role. So hey, you know what? Right out of the gate, we're getting some shenanigans here, Crimson.
Maybe we're just flexing around. Let's see what's going to happen. Maybe it's a map 1 strategy. You never know.
It could be a control strategy. It could just be, I mean, it's all the name of charity. It could be coming out here and having a good time, having fun. Who knows? I mean, the new meta has been a little interesting. We've seen a lot of Maga in recent times. I don't know if these teams are going to stick to that. They might just fall into what they have fun playing. Either way, I'm very much looking forward to it. Hey, you know what? We've got our players. Now we need a place. Let's get to our battlefield. Take a look at our map pool here today. As I mentioned, this is going to be a first to 4. A complicated best of 7, I suppose, barring any draws. This is going to be a loser pick, but you don't get just to pick the map, but you get to pick the game type as well, Crimson.
Yeah, that's actually a very important thing to look forward to, because if you're a team that kind of lost the previous map, you can definitely like switch things up. Maybe go to like a faster paced map, or like pick a mode that kind of suits more kind of your style of what you want to do. So I think definitely be looking for teams to take advantage of that for sure.
Yep, and it's going to be, I believe it's going to be Lijiang Tower here to start. Boom, look at that, right on cue. You gotta love it when timing works out like that. It doesn't happen very often. Every once in a while, the stars align, and I get one right. It's a big save from my producer on that one.
Lijiang Tower is a great map. I'm glad to not see Ilios. I'm not a big fan of Ilios. But Lijiang Tower, really nice map. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
What do you not like about Ilios that you do like about Lijiang?
Oh, I just don't like anything about Ilios. The map, the whole vibe is just off. It's absolutely horrendous. But Lijiang, it's got a good vibe. The maps all are pretty straightforward, and it's just funner to play, honestly.
Can't argue with that. Starting off on Control Center, typically a lot more of a brawl type. Yeah, get more behind the scene. Yeah, Ilios vibe's atrocious. We heard it here.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. Heard it here first. Love it. All right. Let's get into this. See what our players want to come out with. Okay, Killswitch is coming on the tank. Okay. So we were originally informed correctly. I think they tried to throw a little bit of a curveball at us, but no. It is going to be the Junker Queen here from our Grandmaster's tank player, Killswitch, going up against Matthew, who is pulling out the little bit more meta Maga.
Yeah, so if these comps are the ones that they're going to be rolling out with, I'd expect to see a lot of synergy between the Genji and the Junker Queen, and similar with the Reaper and the Magus. I think those are going to be the most important things to watch here.
Quick rollout, try to get the advantage, take White Room, get this all-important advantageous space, overlooking the objective. Early knife lands, a lot of damage on him, Matthew, right out of the gate. But He's able to pop that cardiac overdrive, and that's just going to embolden not just the Malga, but the entire team to stay right here in the thick of this fight, continue to slowly close the vice here in White Room, and is forced to carry their Amazonians back. They aren't just going to rotate around. They do have a couple low health bars. Captain Pajama particularly low in the back. Finds the heals, though. No final blows just yet from either squad. Still 5v5 as they look for first control at this point. Good pull, good push. Matthew low, Matthew dead. And that is first blood. Traded out for a dash, but you take that if you carry the Amazonians. You've got the Malga off the battlefield. Should just be cleaned up from here.
Yeah, I think a really important thing to notice there was the Junker Queen Genji team kind of has to back off of the initial engage from the Malga team because the Malga is very strong, kind of brawling with all their cooldowns back. So expect to see a lot of Malga team pushing in and Junker Queen team kind of like backing up, absorbing the cooldowns and then going back in.
The ebb and flow, the ebb and flow. Oh, so important. And an early Tire mixed with the Rampage. Rampage hits 3. Tire coming to the back to try to clean it up. Will at least find one of them, and Dash able to find Smart as well. So quick picks on the back of those 2 ultimates, and it's going to be a hold here at the door.
Yep. Flawless execution with the Junker Queen ult. The Malga team has to be really careful walking into these chokes because the Junkrat's going to be a lot of pressure.
Especially combining the Kitsune Rush. Okay,
yeah.
There's early disengage, as we were talking about. Carrying Amazonians making the read. They don't try to sacrifice too much to hold the door. They're just going to fall back, sloth, disengage. The orbital ray might continue to push them back as Carried Amazonians now popping cooldowns and continuing to just roll all the way back into their own hallway. This is going to make for a quick flip here from Capital Clutch, but no kills just yet. A couple of DPS souls are keeping an eye on Zion, who's already got 1. Death Blossom now ready to go. Small hallway in there, but double support ults coming out here from Carried Amazonians as they push back onto the point. Dash with a blade as well. Got stomped on. Couple slashes in. Doesn't find a whole lot else there with the Dragon Blade. Now it's just a mosh pit here on this point. One that I fear is going to favor Capital Clutch with the Reaper and the Malga on this point, but they're forced to fall back. Carrying Amazonians able to survive, and now they're looking to counterpunch. Killswitch fighting Captain Pajama, and Uwe takes down Skims as well.
That was a great fight from the Amazonians. They're fighting the initial engage, as I said, and coming back into their ults. Even the fact that after they had lost one, they still committed all these ults and were able to win the fight, so great resilience out of them.
Now have another Rampage Killswitch. Masterful with the first one. Cage fight doesn't catch Killswitch in. I think Killswitch made it out the back. Ooh, and that big ultimate is just lost. Now the Rampage picks up 2, including Skins in the back. Absolutely just cut down to size. Matthew eats a face full of buckshot, and that is just going to be another hole. We're getting close to last chance here for Capital Clutch.
Yep, just not respecting the Queen ult again. I think they have to be really, really careful, especially in this tight, like this tight of a map where, he can really punish the entire enemy team.
Matthew needs that overrun just to break through the choke. Ooh, the swap to the May. Almost caught Killswitch in a bad spot. Able to loop around, put in some damage. Cardiac overdrive is in, but Dash has got the May in the back. Zion's able to trade out for 1, but still the player advantage goes to Carried Amazonians as they pop the rally. 98% on the board. Anybody going to get there to touch? The answer is no. 1-0 here on Ilios. You can plant it in my head. So it's not Ilios. 1-0 on not Ilios.
Yep. That was a great round from the Amazonians. Honestly, really, really big Junker Queen ults. The way that they played the kind of first fight of like disengaging and backing off the initial engagement was really, really well played. I think for Capital Clutch, I think they need to kind of anticipate or like respect the power of like the Junker Queen Genji a little bit more. Be a little bit more careful on these kind of corners where they have to walk in because the Queen Genji is going to be looking to engage every single time. So, however, they do seem to be switching it up a little bit on this one.
Gonna keep Captain Pajama on the Reaper, but yeah, massive change both in take and backline here from Capital Clutch.
Okay, so now Capital Clutch is the one that has to play a little bit slower and just kind of poke them and look for their opportunities to go in.
I feel like playing a Winston into the Junker Queen is such a tough matchup. What are you looking for here for Matthew? Like this, ooh, try to just avoid those cooldowns right out of the gate. Suzu used early, Wraithform used early. Capital Clutch running out of resources here for this first fight. Now Carried Amazonians just rotate onto the objective, force Capital Clutch to make a move. Matthew's already too low to try to push in, and will be first drawn here on this second sub-map.
Yeah, I think actually Matthew did a pretty good job there. Just a little bit too far forward. Then yeah, it seems like here the rest of the team is going to fall down as well. But I think talking about the Winston into the Junker Queen, I think you just have to like really just play slow, let your team kind of like poke and get some damage off. Once they try to like engage onto you as a Winston, you can bait them onto you, jump away, do all these kinds of different things, but you definitely cannot go for like a head-on engage, otherwise it's going to be very hard.
Otherwise, as Matt's making it work, Captain Pajama's able to go in there and help secure the bridge with one. And that's 2 low health bars. Suzu used defensively as the Brig and the carrier try to back away. Marks the Spot's able to take one down with them, but they do both eventually fall, and here's the flip.
Yeah, very, very nice play. Yeah, if the Winston can get onto the Brig Kiriko, that is a very annoying hero to get rid of. Winston's very, very powerful to kind of draw a lot of aggro onto him. So if Matthew can play this right, I think I really, really like this Winston pick.
Lulu's lurking around the back close to a Death Blossom. Captain Pajama has one. Matthew's hiding on the bridge, trying to play around the Junker Queen, see if they can find entrance into the back line. Gotta avoid this Rampage at the same time. Oh no, but it's their own back line that's now hit with the Rampage. Still up 2 in this fight. Capital Clutch trying to survive the Rampage, but no, they've lost both supports. Matthew with the Primal Rage, see if they can win this one out. They get the kill and it marks the spot. I think it's just Dash left. It's a 1v2 on this point with a duplicate used onto the Tracer. Now trying to see if they can finish off Zion. Zion is so low, uses the recall. Reinforcements starting to show up here for carried Amazonians. Capital Clutch are building percentage this whole time. Matthew with the retreat, stuck, protected by the Suzu. Bubble on the bridge and starting to stabilize with Captain Pajama on the point, here to anchor it down. Now with Death Blossom ready for him out. Oh, but the rally from Marks the Spot might just be the one that tilts it. No, Captain Pajama finds the room to squeeze in the Death Blossom underneath both support elves on the other side.
Yep, absolutely great ult by Reaper. And this is actually another benefit of having Winston as well, is the Winston kind of jumps in, takes a lot of aggro, and that leaves Captain Pajama to kind of wreak havoc onto the enemy team. So it's a really, really devastating combo. That's very nicely executed by Capital Clutch.
Really, I like the disengage from Matthew onto the bridge to help protect the back of the bubble. Captain Pajama is still able to anchor on the point. They never relinquish control. Now have 85% on the board. Back in the neutral. Captain Pajama taken out of the fight early, though. And seemed to be a real source of punching power here for Capital Clutch. And now they're all starting to scramble. Kill switch, not able to lock down one, but it's left Matthew all alone here. Bubble used the jump out. Tile gets a kill on a Bubblegummer. Oh, no. Able to get in under the defense. Now Bubblegummer, excuse me, that was Zion just blinking out of there. Smart still kind of stuck in here in the flank while Amazonians are split into 2v2. Marks the Spot. Finds Smart out of that back line. Cleaning off this point. Nice whip shot to finish off Zion as well.
Oh man, they're going to be kicking themselves after that play. They got the very nice pick into the Kiriko. All they had to do was kind of just group up and walk in together, but they just kind of walked in split and weren't able to get a good engage off. So yeah, that fight is really going to hurt. But now we got a huge ult fight coming up here.
And Capital Clutch at 99%. So one more fight win, they'll send us on over to Night Market. Tsune Rush coming out immediately off the bridge into the back. Suzuki's protecting himself from the focusing beam, but the Death Blossom combined is just too much. Overwhelming damage. Matthew's got a good boop off the side. That'll send Quill Switch down with the Rampage in the pocket. Onto the point, though, still down a player. Matthew trying to find one of these supports. Not able to lock it down through all the disruption with the Brig, but it's Zion there to pick up the slack with the Pulse. Dash is able to melt through Matthew. Now has, Captain Pajama low, back in spawn. Carried Amazonia is now with the edge in this fight, and it looks like they're going to hang on here.
Wow, even after the big primal off the map and not able to secure the fight, again, another missed opportunity, I feel, for Capital Clutch. And now they're going to be coming to this fight with this big Reaper ult. That's kind of going to have to be their saving grace. However, they are facing 4 ultimates coming out from Amazonian, so it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and then this could absolutely be final fight for the map. Rampage, looked like a juicy Rampage. I'm surprised Killswitch didn't take it. Opting to appeal here, see if they can get rid of the Winston first. Got the job all low, force Wraith 4 back. Matthew ends up completely isolated. Rally, aggressive push, duplicate using that as well, and that is a clean final fight here for Carried Amazonians. They'll take a 1-0 lead here in the grand finals.
Yeah, honestly, a pretty contested map 1. I'm pretty excited to see how the rest of the series goes. I think Capital Clutch definitely has a chance to take off a couple maps. They just need to tighten up their play a little bit. I think on the very first map, Control Center, they were doing a good job with the Maga comp of, like, taking their space. And then the real big thing that kind of, ended up being their end is the fact that the Junker team was able to get too much value with ults. I think they just need to kind of slow down, talk to each other, keep the flow of communication going. I think they can definitely, have a really good chance of continuing forward in the series and get a couple maps at least.
And one thing is, I felt like yeah, I really like the swap, like you were talking about the Winston swap, and I don't want to see Capital Clutch feel like they get discouraged from making those kinds of changes. I think those kinds of not just fun changes to play, but actually very intelligent changes as to what they're going up against, could really help carry them forward. So I hope they don't get too discouraged off of trying to play a little anti-meta.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like, there's always a surprise factor. And I think that the Winston pick there, it's very, very, if a team's not ready for it, they might kind of like freak out and be like, oh, there's a Winston on our team, or there's a Winston on the enemy team, kill the Winston, right? But then if the Winston player is smart, they can kind of bait that out, and it can cause a lot of havoc. So I love seeing that kind of, I think, like energetic play, not just kind of like sticking to the meta. And I would love to continue seeing more of that. I think it makes it very, very exciting to watch.
Well, we got our second map pick, and it is loser map pick, so Capital Clutch do get an option to, go to a place where maybe they can find the edge, and not only that, they get to choose the mode, and it looks like they have chosen escort here for map number 2. I don't want to spoil our exactly what map just yet, but what are your thoughts here headed into like an escort style map? I mean, I tend to think of more hit scan, more long range, right?
Yeah, well, I will say that we did see the Winston, so we could go to like a maybe like a Dorado, like a some sort of monkey map that can be really good. Um, and yeah, it seems like their tank player Matthew does, one of their signature heroes is Winston, so we could definitely see him going to them going towards a Winston type map, or it could see a Reinhardt, it could see an Orisa, some like sort of brawl map. Honestly, a couple different ways you can go here.
Yeah, it's I'll be curious. I'll be curious to see where we do end up going. As we're getting that map loaded up. I like the traditional main tank kind of mentality, though. I don't know that it fits too well at Overwatch 2. I look at this, I look at the Ryan Winston Orisa. It doesn't feel like, I mean, okay, barring recent Orisa meta, it doesn't feel like those tanks have been super strong since Overwatch 2 has come out.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially like, Reinhardt just hasn't really found
Yeah.
his place kind of like anywhere in Overwatch 2. Um, but Orisa has the moments where they can be really strong, and Winston's always just a great hero to kind of have in your back pocket. I think it's such a powerful hero if
Yeah.
you're able to kind of figure out the intricate details of the hero and kind of figure out how to play based on the situation. So yeah, I think you know maybe not Ryan, but like Winston and Orisa is definitely very good heroes to have in your pool for sure.
Winston is like the fundamental nuances of Overwatch. It feels like it's when you really kind of start getting into like you're talking about being able to bait out cooldowns and force the other team to play how you want them to play. Winston is so good at manipulating that. Let's see. We're ready. Let's go take a look at our map pool. Are we ready? Are we ready for that one yet? Let's go take a look. Where are we going to end up here for map number 2? It's Circuit Royale. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We also know Sigma, which is I know we've seen some shift here, where traditionally was a very poke heavy map, but in recent times, and this is before the map change where they added the top spawn, but we have seen Reinhardt a lot on this map as well.
Yeah, I am definitely would not be surprised if we were to see a Reinhardt here from Capital Clutch. And I think it's definitely also another thing that's like you can kind of throw the other team off, and maybe they're expecting a Sigma mirror, and then you just had to pull out the Reinhardt Lucio and just run it down and run into their back line. And it's always a fun strategy to do. Maybe not so fun if you're losing, but yeah, I'm very excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, because we certainly didn't see. It didn't look like there was a lot of poke heroes or and across any of Capital Clutch, right? I'm looking at some of their favorite heroes. It's like Tracer, Sombra. We do have one Ashe player. I don't know that we saw their hit scan player subbed in. As I'm looking across, and yes, we do. It is Zion in the top left. Is the one hit scan player listed on this Capital Clutch roster? Is in fact showing us the Widowmaker here on the defense.
Yeah, it does seem we are going to be heading towards a Sigma mirror. So basically this map's going to be a lot of kind of whose DPS can do more, pretty much. That's typically how these kinds of maps go. But I am expecting to see a lot of good ult management coming around these corners, and also being able to kind of swing onto these corners with a Sigma, turn the corner with a shield, with a Sigma cooldown so you can be safe. But yeah, honestly, it's going to be a real DPS show, I think.
Ooh, versus Zion. I don't have any ranks listed for either of these two, but you know what? I don't think it matters. You know what? At this point in time, I don't think it matters. It's whoever's gets the better end of the trade right now. Cyan, just a typical high ground hold here. That is a wide swing out of Quill Switch, though. Not going to leave a lot of room for Bubblegum or anybody else to make this point.
Yeah, I think it's definitely good. The rest of the team just has to be careful of peeking, but yeah, they've taken so much space and now they're able to kind of walk over the enemy team, which seems to have not respected the Sigma at all. So honestly, great play from Quill Switch.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you pick up the Juno in the back, and that is the most important of the 5 you could have found. It is kind of forced back to the corner because of the discords, but the rest of the team's able to get some space. Matthew does respond with a decent pick of their own, taking the hit scan out of the fight, trying to swing and see if they can perhaps find one of those supports there in the back line. Zion now a very aggressive hole. Was getting right in the face of Killswitch there for a moment. Health bar's a little bit low, and Carried Amazonian's going to slow the roll for a moment.
Yeah, so now we should be looking to see for the 3-2-1 swing from the attacking team here, Amazonian. To kind of, otherwise that's going to happen when you don't go out together. You're going to get a random little kill like that. So they have to really tighten up on this corner and just swing all together at once so that they can have the best value, best chance to get a kill.
So Matthew may not have had Sigma listed as one of his preferred heroes, but that was an excellent mastery of using the Sigma to find that back. Ooh, we killed the headshot out of Captain Pajama. One of the 2 hit scans is down. Is this the opening? Oh, Ooh's getting hot here and has both DPS now in spawn.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the DPS show. It's just the Widow click the head, win the game type strat, and it's really just one of the best strats on this map.
Remember, this was a capital question pick. They were betting that Zion would get the better into that duel. Both of the Orwin makers now have Imprecise now on the battlefield. Deflect used. Matthew 35 health. Kill switch is there to back up the Genji. And this is just going to be the cart continuing to roll. Without the Sigma, it's going to be so difficult for the rest of this team to hold this space.
Yeah, this next fight's going to be very, very interesting with how many ults are online. I would definitely like to see one of the Sigmas kind of start with their flux and move from there, but either way, this next fight's going to be very, very explosive, and it honestly could be a very big defining moment of this map.
Not James is just a touch away from that orbital ray. Kill switch for this playing aggressively. He's going to go ahead and fall back. Looking at 3 players below half health as this Gravitic Flux comes in from Matthew. They're going to be the first to pull the trigger. Does get the Transcendence out to the other side. Defense has lost one of their hit scans. 5-4 here to the Amazonians as they drop their amplification matrix. Dash into the back. Sing is down. Ooh, Zion does get the better end of that Widow duel. This Ant Matrix is just not doing enough. The Transcendence fades just as the Flux is thrown in here. Dash able to finish off Matthew on the back of that ult, but Zion's continued to click heads. Or at least bodies.
That was actually a very great play from the Skims, the Zenyatta player there. Got the pick onto the enemy's end and then was able to trans to save Matthew at the perfect timing. So honestly, great play from them.
It's not often we get to see Zenyatta these days. It's a joy to watch. One of my favorite heroes to play, and he's such a fun hero to watch. He's so explosive.
Yeah, you can just do so much on Zenyatta, whereas maybe like the other support heroes, you kind of have to rely on your team a little bit more. Zenyatta, you take that power into your hands, and you can do so much. So definitely a very, very fun hero to watch and play.
Get a complete swap here. Marcus Fox goes to an Ana, so an Ana back line here to back up Kill Switch. No Juno on the battlefield. Speaking of, not James does have this orbital playing on the corner. Zion with the jump shot. Ooh with the kill. Finds Captain Pajama again. Time and time again. Ooh is getting the better end, making use of that sight advantage, that sight line advantage, range that is. Now another Oversight ready to go with Matthew felling as well. The orbital comes out late for the defense, and they don't have enough reinforcements to make advantage of it. Make use of it, I think is what I meant to say.
Yeah, it seems like this Widow kind of maybe running a little bit too free right now. Seems like they've capped the first point off of the kind of like the Widow picks, and it seems like the very same thing happened again here on the second point. So they really have to be careful with this Widow, whether it's like they're not tracking them correctly or they're maybe just not respecting the shots. The shots are definitely hitting, and they need to stop this Widow from getting so much value.
Trying to see where Ooh. Probably just setting up on the high ground there. I mean, high ground's gonna be at a premium. Dash coming through. Blade is out. The block onto the rock with the deflect. Drop it down. And it's Uwe there with the finish. After the slashes from Dash, Uwe knocks him down. And it's an easy 3K. This card is just rolling on forward. And Uwe continues to wreak havoc on the battlefield.
Yep, great play from Dash, hiding in the corner with the Blade. Very nice 2 kills. And yeah, this card is just rolling, and if Capital Clutch isn't prepared for this next one, it seems, oh, and who's got another kill? Oh, someone's falling off the map.
Oh,
okay.
no. Okay, maybe that's... Capital Clutch might have just, I don't know, been handed something on a silver platter here. With Bubblegummer ending up off the map, it's the opening they need. They're also investing in Transcend and still kill switch. No, just rock Zion all the way back to spawn. And I think Dash is going to pick up a kill as well. Captain Pajama's super low on this point. Trying to stall. Gets the hack. Ooh, that interrupted the flux. What a perfect manual hacks out of Captain Pajama. And Capital Clutch are hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, this might be exactly what they need to kind of turn this map around. A little bit of misfortune for the other team, but oh, it seems like the fight's not over yet.
Oh no, certainly not. Kill switch. Dominant force. As long as kill switch is alive, there's still a chance for Amazonians to win a fight, though. Walking into it looks like a 4v3. Now with the Nate Matrix in the back, they do have a little bit of additional healing. Still, Carry Amazonians are not able to push through. As it looks like so far Capital Clutch have players on all sides. Waiting on an ult to push in here, I imagine, from Amazonians.
Yeah, we've got a Winston on the field now. Oh, Nano coming out. Widow's dead.
Nano is on the dash. Another Trisha in the back. Little dance around with Zion. Zion playing a ring around the pillar here. Dash just forced to get out.
Yeah, that was a big missed opportunity, having the Nano boost when the Capital Clutch had no ults themselves, so definitely a missed opportunity, and now we're going to see these ults come online for Capital Clutch, and this fight's going to be pretty toughly contested.
Yeah, Matthew getting that trade on a Bubblegummer is actually huge. Killfish does have another ult ready to go. How fast is Killfish building these fluxes? Just insane.
Yeah, we got this coalescence come. Oh, no, we don't.
Oh, we had a coalescence, but was just pouring shots down. That shield is breaking. That Brink just has to duck and hide. Now Matthew on the point. Rally out from Skims and just goes to the front line. See if they can drive back the Amazonians. Ooh, starting to work in. Infrasite's up here for the attacking squad. And Killswitch, you know, is hunting for this flux. Got to keep an eye on Captain Pajama, who's already interrupted one. 90% towards an EMP. Killswitch. Oh, no. And now the anti-in from Marshall spot hit two. Skims immediately taken down. Then Dash is going to find the pole. This is just looking like the beginning of the end. It's just the Cole left here.
Yeah, I think Capital Clutch maybe got ahead of themselves. I think Matthew specifically was kind of a bit too far forward. The Moira was still coming back from the spawn. She had a coalescence coming in. All they had to do was kind of regroup together, go back into the coalescence, and I think they would have had a really good chance to kind of close out that last fight. So definitely a missed opportunity there.
Unfortunate. And it feels like they had a couple of those throughout that defense. Where they had a player advantage, or they had an opportunity to push forward, and it just kind of slipped through their fingers a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of saw that in the first map as well. It's just these moments where you need to, you know, and this is also like a very important reason why you need to have somebody, you know, that's, you know, very vocal in the comms, the kind of like a, I guess you could say like a leader, in terms of like being able to call these moments where you kind of like back up or when it's time to go forward. It's very, very crucial, especially in these like kind of slow style composition matchups where it's like both teams kind of like slowly taking space, looking for angles and stuff like that. So really, I think they just need to get on the same page, otherwise the rest of this series might be falling away from them.
Well, Capital Clutch at least gets going in the attack. The onus is on them. Ball's in their court. See what they can do here on this. Need to finish. Ideally with time.
Yeah, well, so let's say we're going to see Monkey again here on attack, which is actually going to be much harder than defense. This could get ugly for Capital Clutch if they're not careful. This can definitely snowball away from them.
Wait, with a bit of a blitzkrieg ambush here right out of the gate. Looking for an opening pick. Matthew playing corner right now. Zion looking to clear up that high ground, and that's where Matthew wants to go. Yep, immediately jumping up there. Has Marsh's spot isolated. Will get that opening pick. So first blood on this attack. And so far, the Winston seems to be working okay. Kill switch and the rest of Amazon are backing up around the corner. Carried Amazonians, so might lose their BAP here too. Nice jump in from Matthew to pick up a pair.
Yep, the Monkey very, very strong here in terms of like being able to take aggro and take so much space away. So if Capital Clutch is able to kind of do things while their Monkey players in, we can actually see this get a lot of value. However, if they don't, we could see this team struggle a lot. So, oh, it looks like we got a couple of swaps coming in though. It's going to make it a lot harder for Matthew, I think.
Oh, back to a little bit more of the matchup we saw there on Gardens.
Yeah, so I'd expect Amazonians to focus a lot on the Monkey to kind of play together. Oh, Monkey's taking a lot of hits.
Oh, yeah, the whip shot forced back off the jump. Bubble has to be used defensively. Marks the spot, and the rest are just collapsing on him. Everybody from Carried Amazonians just avalanches down onto this point, and they deny the cap. They don't even get the first point.
Yep, and now this might start getting a lot harder for Capital Clutches now. The cart's kind of a lot closer to the checkpoint. Amazonians can play a lot more to kind of like slow down and just shoot the enemy team, and Captain Pajama has died to a trap.
Oh, that's unlucky. That's something I would do, Captain Pajama. Don't feel bad. That's something I would do. Oh, man. The Jagged Blade just throwing Matthew in all different directions. They try to jump away, and they're just yanked right back into death.
Yeah, so coming into this next fight with the Kiriko ult and the Sojourn ult coming up, as well as the Monkey probably in the mid fight, this is going to be the fight that Capital Clutch have to win. I think if they're not able to win this fight for some reason, the next fight's going to get a lot harder when Amazonians have the rest of their ults online, especially this rally.
Skims taking some early poke damage on the approach. Has to stop and heal up, trying to find an angle here. This is Kashunian rush back in. Once again, around the corner towards the point, will settle just down the street, but they're running into an amp matrix.
That battle is really, really amazing. Stopping the whole Kiriko ult value. That's really strong.
The Mortality Field already is out of the back.
Oh no!
Ooh! Trades themselves for Zion. Okay, both teams listen to DPS. Canceled out of the Coalescence. Not James has to just fade back. Now it's the EMP. Seems to be the last hope here for Capital Clutch in this fight. It finds 4, but nobody's going down. The heals are just too good. They're not Carried Amazonians, and this attack is just falling flat on its face.
Yeah, this is a little bit what I was saying. The Kiriko ult got no value. The EMP got no value, Cole got no value, or, you know, negative value compared to the other team. And they were able to lose the fight. And now this next fight coming in, just Primal, just Sojourner, we're going to need some Herculean individual effort here, I think, to win this next fight. However,
Matthew gave it up!
And Quino coming in. Oh, we gave up the Primal. That is definitely a decision. And Zion is now dead.
Oh, yeah, this has gone from difficult to damn near impossible, I feel like, Crimso. Going into these rampages, I mean, Killswitch has been spectacular with them, or at least through map 1. They were all fight winning. 22 seconds, one last chance for Capital Clutch. You turn the corner. It's going to be real difficult. Zion needs to step up. Zion needs to turn into Happy here. Hone your inner merit here with this overclock. Not gonna find it. It's the duplicate Sombra that brings Zion down, and Killswitch's rampage is once again enormous, and Carried Amazonians are gonna put a second map point on the board.
Yep, kind of. I definitely could have foreseen this based on the composition that was coming out. It's just the Monkey Sombra comp, you know, it's a fun comp to play. Not so much fun if you're losing, but it's definitely a hard comp to execute. That's the very high skill ceiling. I mean, they started the map very well, the attack side. I mean, where, you know, the Matthew jumped in, got the kill on the Brig, and then kept going, got the kill on 2 more. But then the next fight, they weren't able to kind of restabilize themselves and go back in. So definitely a missed opportunity. I think swapping off that Primal was definitely a decision made. Don't know if it was a very good one, but you know, they tried it. It didn't work out. Just gotta focus on the next one and not kind of dwell on it too much, because we still got some more maps to play.
Oh, there was definitely some shining moments of the Winston, and I personally would like to see Capital Clutch find a place where they can use the Winston more. But we're gonna give them a few minutes to figure that one out. So we take a quick little break. When we come back, it's map number 3 in Capital Clutch's map pick. We'll see you there. Well, even after some swaps on their own map pick there on Circuit Royale, Capital Clutch still failed to manage to get even the first point on that one, as Carried Amazonians now 2-0 here in your CEA Overwatch 2 Grand Finals.
Yeah, I think Capital Clutch definitely have to kind of regroup and think about where they want to go moving forward. They do have the next map and mode pick, so this could be a very big defining moment because 2-0, it's already pretty bad, but 3-0, that gets a lot worse.
Yeah, that's a heck of a mountain to climb, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, we do get some substitutions coming in. Let's see, and we've got our map pool in. I don't know. We'll figure out which one we're gonna go to. I'll leave it up to my producer. Just throw one up there. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about our subs. There we go. It's a surprise for me. This is for you. We've got Not James coming out there in the support role for Capital Clutch with Clickens coming in and looking. I mean, has just Lucio listed as their favorite hero. I'm curious what changes this brings with it.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they want to play a little bit more Juno or some Lucio or something along those lines. Maybe kind of play a little bit faster. We'll definitely see where that takes us depending on kind of what map and mode we're gonna play.
Well, I think that's a good opportunity to take a look at our map pool and see where we're headed next. And it was a hybrid map pick here for map number 3, and we're headed to one of the most unusual picks. We never get to see Numbani, Crimso. It's always Kings, maybe a little Eichenwalde, but it's never Numbani.
Yeah. Well, first thing I think about Numbani is I think about Winston. I think about Anna. I think about these dive kind of opportunities to kind of wreak havoc and jump into the back line and do all that fun stuff. So this could be a pretty good one for Capital Clutch. We'll see how it turns out.
We haven't seen Carrot Amazonians play much in the way of any high ground tank. They've brought in the Junker Queen to kind of counter the Winston on both sides. So we've yet to see a Diva or a Winston or a Ball, anything like that out of Carrot Amazonians just yet.
I would love to see. You know what? This is an idea that kind of I was even able to kind of do like when I was playing and when I was coaching. I would love to see a Bastion here. Bastion on attack, it's sleeper strong, especially if there's a Winston on the enemy team. It's actually a very, very good cheese if you don't want to kind of like match the style. So maybe we'll see it. Probably won't, but I'm putting it out there.
I'm curious, is that a defensive strat just to like break bubble and melt the Winston?
No, it's kind of used for both. I think it's more so kind of good for like attack because you can kind of take the top left high ground from attacker's perspective and kind of sit up there with the Bastion, and if Monkey jumps in, Monkey, that bad Monkey, that you punish the Monkey and he just kind of falls over. So we're probably not going to see it, but that would be fun to see.
We are seeing something a little unexpected. I anticipated Matthew to come back after the Winstons, exactly as you said. We're not thinking Numbani, Winston. Showing us a little diva here for Capital Clutch's defense.
Yeah, maybe this is kind of the effect of being down 0-2 or something, but definitely would love to see the Monkey. But hey, Diva is still a very strong pick, especially with the Lucio, so we should be looking for a lot of quick engage of the Diva Lucio, so we'll see how it turns out.
And I can understand how the Diva's not quite as weak against the Junker Queen in that matchup, not quite as all in. When you use the dive or you get pulled, yanked out of your own dive, you still have a little bit with defense matrix and a little bit quicker cooldown on those boosters. Opportunity to get out. Ooh, nice pounce on the Ooey, but there's nobody there to back Matthew up. And it does leave that high ground open. Here comes Kill Switch and marks the spot. Just kind of storming across that top high ground. They're moving all the way into the backfield, but they might have a bit off more than they can shoot. Dash does go down. Pick on the Clickens, but you're going to give up Eve Moon in that trade. So Kill Switch now just kind of positioned behind, but the rest of the team is falling around them.
Yeah, we definitely need to see a little bit more coordination here from the Amazonians when they walk out of this choke. However, it is a bit difficult to get these double hit scans set up that are sitting on the opposite side of the high ground. I think that's kind of why we're seeing Uwu go towards the Genji here as well, just to kind of make it a little bit easier to kind of get on top of the Ashe and the Sojourn. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very hard to play.
Technically there's no cooldowns. It was trying to just duck around those Ashe shots. Nah, Captain Pajama hits him square, but Dash has picked up a pair through all of this. And barely able to escape alive. Good cleanup on the back of it. Carried Amazonians will get this point done here on this second attack.
Yep, great job with the swap. I think Genji was a really good swap. I think I would like to see Capital Clutch swap out one of these DPS. I think the double hit scan setup against an Echo Genji can be pretty hard. Especially with this map and the fact that the Amazonians can kind of just push the cart for a while and then look for a quick engage. So I think they're gonna be sticking on it. So we're gonna see what happens here.
Hoping they can get enough damage in before Killswitch closes the gap. I mean, they got Killswitch down to half, and some good pressure there from Matthew, holding aggressively. Just able to just back up to main, grab some heals. Try to clean off the high ground. Mark Matthews just got Killswitch spinning in circles here. The Killswitch shouts forward, has had enough of this. The swing of the axe, and now he just continues to duck and dodge. Current Amazonians are eating a lot of damage, and so far it looks like the long-range game is working out as the Bob is invested here from Captain Pajama. And we're going to get more of an aggressive push. Dash responds with the duplicate. Killswitch is low, caught in the corner, gets the rampage out. It's enough to heal him up, and a pair of kills here for Current Amazonians.
Yep, great play from the Amazonians there. I think the beginning was a little bit difficult for them because they were all kind of stacked up together onto the point. Oh, we got a little teabag action. What's going on here? What's going on? Changing settings? Okay, probably settings. It's surely just settings. But yeah, I would like to see Amazonians here set up a little bit more to kind of go in as soon as they're able to. Now we have Ulu coming up with the blade. This could be very, very strong for them.
Down with another clock out of the back line. See if they can find Ulu here first. Oh, gets yanked in. What a knife out of Killswitch. Self-destruct on the points. Now they're invested from Clickens as well. They need to find something with this. They got Marks the spot low, but they're able to back up. They can't find the kill. Capital Clutch now have their own low health bars as Ulu's going to throw in the blade. Matthew's already D-maxed, and it's just a pilot diva. It's just surrounded. No shot.
Yeah, I think Capital Clutch missed their opportunity. They had the beat going, but they weren't able to do anything with it. Beat wears off. Here comes the blade. Ulu, definitely a master of the blade. Not really going too deep. Just playing for the objective. Very, very nice play. Now we got Matthew swapping over to the other.
Oh, and we saw this swap on the last map. It didn't do much. Now, you can understand here, there's not much high ground here for points. It's a little bit more lateral.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I think you can definitely slow down the push from the Amazonians, which is what they want to do, and then it gives your ass a lot more time to kind of shoot and get these opportunities. But now we have Overwatch coming out.
Oh, maybe the strongest ult in the game right now, and just forces Matthew all the way back. Gold, jab spin, nothing is going to keep you out of spawn against Killswitch, especially well, the rampage didn't hit anything. Actually got Clickens in it. Didn't get Clickens. That's going to take the brig out. That's 347 in the time bank. That is a monstrous time bank.
Yeah, and this is kind of the power of being able to play these kind of engage heroes, especially like these DPS, the Genji and the Echo. I feel like we're just doing so much in terms of like the pressure that they were able to put out, and it wasn't really matched by Capital Clutch. So 347, that's a big time bank. So we're gonna have to see a little bit of magic happen maybe for the Capital Clutch here.
I mean, they lost first fight, and I think that was it, Crimson. Like the very first fight went the way of Capital Clutch, and that was the only team fight they won. It felt like.
Yeah. I think Amazonian said that I understand it now, and they just kept going forward, and they just won everything. So, maybe Capital Clutch is an offense team. You never know. Maybe they have 348 in their time bank. You never know. We'll see what happens.
There's certainly that possibility. And the one question that comes to mind when I'm watching this Carrot Amazonians team is, how are they 7th seed?
Yeah, these guys are putting an absolute clinic in this tournament so far, and it seems like they have no intention of stopping anytime soon.
Uh-oh. Look at this defense. Look what I'm seeing out of Dash here.
Oh, really? See, but this is the problem. I was saying this is good against Monkey, but if you put against the Diva, that might be a little bit harder.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Dash is rolling the dice that Matthew's going to change. So far, it doesn't look like Matthew is gonna give him that one, but hey, there's still 5 seconds to change their mind.
2, 1.
I like the echo coming out from Zion. This could be some good pressure and a good way to avoid Killswitch. Good response to this Junker Queen's been giving us so many problems. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps. Helping Matthew as well to be able to go in and kind of have some follow up as well. So this is definitely a very good shot. Let's see how this Bastion goes. It's kind of like the X factor, I think. Oh, there's not much.
Killswitch picks up one. Oh, just running onto the point. Matthew, that's. Like, Matthew didn't even realize the Bastion was up there and looked up and went, oh no! I felt like I saw the Diva's meg, like the googly eyes appeared on the Diva meg.
Yeah, it's like kind of a deer in the headlights when you're a Diva and you don't see a Bastion there, and he's kind of in his turret mode, so you gotta be careful for that. But now that we see the Bastion, surely we're able to counter this out. Oh, this guy's flying. Alright.
Hey, you know when Bastion's flying.
Yeah.
High ground position. Ooh.
In all seriousness, I think the way that Capital Clutch has to take this, they have to kind of take space slowly and just kind of poke them out, and just kind of shoot. You have to kind of bait the Bastion more. can't really take a head-on fight. Oh gosh.
No, it's Matthew flies dangerously close, and Dash is sitting here with the artillery form. Not artillery form, it's just the assault form ready to go. Oh, doesn't need it to kill Zion. Just gets the precise shots across the battlefield. 4v4 here on the point. Matthew trying to go get some high ground, but there it is. Dash has got the wheels down, and Clickens is back at spawn once again.
Yep, it's just his bastion is way too powerful here on the high ground. They need to have an answer, and I'm not really sure Capital Clutch has one right now, but Zion is coming up on the copy. Maybe we're able to make a little bit of magic happen with a copy Genji, or maybe even copy Bastion and counteract the enemy Bastion, just have a Bastion off, but we'll see.
I liked when they were trying to play around coast. I mean, now we're seeing Capital Clutch once again. You're just going right up the gut here, and you're just running face first into all of this damage. Kind of ducking around the corner. Yeah, they've got the artillery form out.
Time to go.
Uh-oh. Here comes the,
Get out of there!
Oh no! Ran from above! Nice dodge! Kevin Jama is able to juke it, but they've lost their counterpart. Zion is down. Bastion in the salt form, up at the top of the street, just pouring damage down, and Captain Jamas gets caught.
Yep, Zion died with copy still online, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but if Capital Clutch is not able to coordinate, it's going to keep going, and we're looking at a full hold potentially. But they do have 5 ults coming up, so this is the moment. This is the time to kind of have everything aligned and take a really good fight.
Let's see if they can coordinate it properly just to get Dash down. Hey, Dash is dropped to the low ground. He's on the other side of the bus. Here comes Kill Switch in. Suzu used, keep him alive. The Click still falls to Dash once again. Rally is up, completely devaluing the Kitsune Rush from Capital Clutch. It looked to be the only ult they invested in that fight, though, with 1 minute to go.
Yeah, the beat.
Ooh, the bomb! What? Okay.
Oh, Bob's got 2 ticks.
Holy cow!
Okay, I don't want to flame, but Bob maybe has done more than the entire Capital Clutch.
I thought that was the biggest mistake. Crimson Kevin Jama gets a kill and 2 ticks with it.
I mean, at that point, your hands are up. You said, "Hey, I did what I could."
Yeah.
And now, hey, but we still got a B. We got a B coming. We got a copy coming. So this is a very easy fight here. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, there's nothing on the other side for Carried Amazonians to work with. Capital Clutch are duplicating the Jungle Queen right out of the gate. Sound barrier used. Hack in, and Uwu is gone. Nice attack right there, right out of the front. Capital Clutch come in. This is the best we've seen them look the entire map. A flawless fight here when it matters most. They're running out of time, but they'll at least get a point on the board.
Tag him. Oh, no tag on the Tor. Missed opportunity. But yeah, I think that was just the power of Bob. I think the power of Bob made them use all their ults. Now they had 3 ults coming in, and it was just their easy stomp. So very good. And now we're gonna move forward and go on to the second play, and then we gotta do the bomb.
The power of Bob.
Yeah.
Look, this should just be, I don't know, that sounds like the name of an album or something. My new hit single coming out, Crimson.
Yeah. No, actually, I think it's Bob's hit single that's coming out soon. The power of me.
I would definitely buy that. Oh, Captain Pajama in underneath. This defense is looped all the way around to Rhino. This is such an interesting spot to hold with Killswitch holding that door. Ends up a little bit separated. Marks the spot out in main, trying to keep this flank marked. Ooh, takes Zion down with a headshot. Probably the hardest headshot in the game. Oh, and gets the second hardest onto the salt.
That's the classic moment of the Widow decided to play the game, and you just die. So, pretty good shots from Uwu. I think the Capital Clutch, I think honestly their comp is much stronger in my opinion if they're able to kind of utilize it to its full potential and kind of get these coordinated dives off. But it seems like they are definitely struggling to get these dives off correctly.
I mean, so much mobility from their comp, but they still seem just stuck on this corner for the moment. Here's the Kitsune Rush to try to get him out. Good, Maywall. Doesn't block the rush. Just slows down the attack a little bit. He's moving with some fancy footwork, able to avoid disaster. Marks the spot, followed up on this rampage. 2 still purple. Dash puts the icicle right where it needs to go. Center mass to find the kill, and it's gonna be another holdout of the Amazonians.
Yeah, I think the main problem there was the fact that they're playing kind of like a dive setup, but they're not really like going behind them or using their mobility to really like set up to get easy access into the backline. So they're kind of all coming from like one direction, and it makes it very, very easy for the Amazonians to kind of deal with all the pressure. So they need to like find these opportunities to use their mobility and get behind and get onto the backline.
I mean, if y'all come from one direction, Uwu doesn't have to really turn much. I mean, you can just look and find your two flanker DPS. The Maywall got tons of value on that previous attack, being able to just kind of stop the whole team. Oh, the pulse is huge, though!
That is a big opening. But yeah, it's just, you need to cause havoc. So, like, just make it so that they're scared of everything and they, like, you're all around them and you're just playing like a bunch of little cockroaches all around them. And then the opportunities are going to open up for yourself. This is a very big stagger opportunity right here. Don't kill the Mei. Could have staggered. Oh, don't kill him.
Got Blizzard out. 3 seconds on the clock, by the way.
Yeah, this is a very good stagger though. Now the Now this should be keyword should be an easy cap here for this second point, hopefully. Don't think the Queen's gonna be back for this one.
I mean, I suppose Martian Spot could invest Rally here to try to hold the front line. That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Oh my god!
The hack and the Sound Barrier are both in though. Capital Clutch still haven't capped 0.3 centimeters to go, or 0.3 meters rather. But they've got the kills here. Kill switch is a bit late to this fight. It's just a cryo freeze trying to hold on.
Yeah, this should be.
Uwu. No, Uwu's gonna do him dirty. Uwu's doing him dirty, Crimzo. No, not like this. Captain Majabo falls the second under Uwu's sniper rifle. Now the Consumer Rush has to be invested from Capital Clutch to try to get the remaining 23 centimeters. Matthew finally takes Kill Switch out of the fight, but is walled in, taking so much damage. Uwu has perfect sight lines. Now the Primal has to be used. Everything in the kitchen sink being tossed at this, and Capital Clutch still aren't coming up with the picks. Clickens goes down, the orbital ray, and they get off point!
This might have been a nightmare on Numbani Street, I'm not gonna lie. I think they definitely should have been able to cap that one. I think the beat was good, but somehow they just weren't able to like get them off the point or something. I don't know. Maybe the Brig was just too powerful. This Brig is just built different, I guess.
You still get a Clickens play of the game, coming in off the bench. Oh, they just couldn't quite get them with the Sound Barrier though. I mean, I thought it was going to be it. Like I think they were hoping that they could hold on to some of their ultimates through that last fight. You can see that they were hesitant to really invest. I mean, probably didn't even want to use a Sound Barrier, but it turns out nothing was enough. The rally was too strong. And he said, built diff on the other side.
Yeah, we even saw the Sound Barrier that EMP, but didn't want to invest in EMP. And it's hard, right? You know the other team has a 347 time bank. You need to cap with time to win. So maybe you don't want to invest ults. You need to kind of invest for the next one. But there's always a chance that you just end up saving ults for a fight that doesn't happen, right? So, yeah, just a very, very good map from the Amazonians, and up 3-0. It's looking like this could end up being 4-0.
Yeah, and that'd be $1,600 plus going to Mary's Place charity there if the Amazonians can pull this one out. And I mean, yeah, now championship point, and the 7th seed have yet to drop a map through the entirety of this postseason. Has not changed here in the grand finals. Capital Clutch still looking for that first map win, and are gonna have to win 4 in a row. They're gonna have to do like the massive reverse sweep, the super tough reverse sweep if they want this championship.
Yeah, and I think I'm trying to think kind of where do they go from here? You're down 3-0. Backs against the wall. You cannot lose any other maps. I think you just gotta, at this point, go all out, do everything you can. Have most importantly, just like have some fun. Don't like not have the energy be like all down. You're 3-0. Okay, everybody, let's not say anything. Let's go like cry afterwards, right? Let's go. Let's have some fun. It's the last map. But at the end, the last match of this tournament. So just go all out, do what you can. If the other team's just better than you, then they're better than you. But don't don't beat yourselves up. You still got some more maps to play.
I love it. Yeah, that is a good mentality to have. I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, if you're having fun, you're playing better, right? Like if the mentality is better and you're enjoying it, then it shows. Like your play is better in the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like if I'm like the Winston player and I'm prime laying the back line, I got 2 back line, I'm screaming, I'm killing everybody, I'm in the back line. Just it's really, really important, I think, in Overwatch and honestly in anything to, be happy with what you're doing and not just be super sad, because when you're sad and you're kind of, demotivated, then you stop kind of doing what you have to do to win, and it's just kind of like a snowball. So you have to find the way to kind of push through it. And what better time to push through it than like the grand final of a tournament, to win some money for your charity. So this is a very defining moment for you, I think, as a player. So I would love to see them, come out here this next map, put up a good fight, and if they don't win, it wasn't meant to be. But at least, don't roll over and die.
Go down swinging. At least go down swinging.
Exactly.
We are going to get some subs coming in here for map number 4 as we're going to get Clickins headed back out. It looks like Smart is coming in. So we're getting yet another player. We had Not James was in originally. So this is going to be our 3rd support player. Hey, I mean, that's part of the fun. Give everybody a chance to get in here and have some fun. Everybody on this roster gets to play in the grand finals. I mean, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so they're bringing in someone named Smart. So I'm thinking we got some big brain ideas coming in for this next map. And maybe we gotta get a little bit goofy. That's fine. Let's do what we can. Hey, if we get one map, McDonald's is on me. You know what I mean? Like let's just go in.
Chicken nuggies for everybody if we win this map.
Yeah.
Speaking of it, would be Runasapi here for map number 4. Once again, not only the map, but the game type has been picked here by Capital Clutch, as it has been for the past 2 maps. And now they've kind of gotten out of the traditional style game types with hybrid and escort control. We're starting into more Overwatch 2 style game types, which tend to be a lot faster. And I think are just going to favor that Junker Queen even more.
Yeah, I think, there may be a little bit of a different change of pace. I will say that the control map, the very first map, was a very close contested kind of map, probably the closest one that we've seen so far. So, this could be good for them. It's a little bit more kind of not really necessarily playing for objective too much and mostly just about fighting and stuff like that. So, we could see some potential comeback opportunity here, I think.
Okay, Matthew is about decided, granted with time to change things up, but initial impressions, imitation's the highest form of flattery. As we're seeing the Junker Queen being shown.
But at the same time, sometimes you just gotta go back to basics, and if you're losing, you can't figure it out, just play what they play and play it better. That's another classic strategy.
Just mirror. Oh no, but Carrot Zodiac throws a curves ball.
Yeah, so Reaper Zarya, that's gonna be very interesting. I expect to see this Reaper take a lot of space at the Zarya bubbles. And kind of build up that Zarya so that she's able to kind of beam everybody down, but we'll see how this goes here.
Yeah, I feel like the Reaper would be a lot more frontline in this comp than it would be with the Mog comps that we've been seeing, where the Mog Overrun tends to initiate the fight. I feel like E-Moon on the Reaper might be a little bit more initiating here with those bubbles. Or you can just have Uwu shoot Zion a couple times. That's a good way to start a fight.
That works. That's a pretty solid strategy to have. You just build other traits here, just shoot them twice, and you win the game. You know what I mean? So if they're able to do that, they can win this map, pretty sure.
I mean, Uwu has kind of been popping off the entire series. You gotta give some props over to Uwu in this hit scan roll. It's just been a shining star all day long.
Yeah, they have definitely been doing very well.
All right, Capital Clutch now trying to use the interior of this building to push out, try to avoid some of that initial damage from Uwu, who's holding back on that truck. You see Captain Pajama dueling out, gets Uwu low. Unfortunately, they've lost reinforcement in the back. Captain Pajama does find that pick, though. Now it'll get some good sidelines all the way down the street. Matthew emerges from that interior, see if they can pounce on the Eve Moon. They've got it. It's going to be the Carnage that cleaves through the Reaper. And Capital Clutch looking to win this fight. They don't stop the cap, though. Carried Amazonians get the checkpoint.
Yep, I think very worthwhile to lose the fight but cap the checkpoint. Not a big deal. I will say that we got some little bit of roll swappage going on with the Amazonians. We got Eevee Moon on the Reaper now. We got Dash on Alari, so they are swapping their supported DPS players around.
And immediately Dash showing off some skills with the Alari.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a hero that maybe calling it a support is a bit of a hot take because you're able to just kind of shoot everybody and not really heal much. So it's a perfect hero for a DPS player to pick up.
Yeah, not to mention the super pulse bomb that is her ultimate.
Yeah.
Blizzard out, and it's huge. This is a good one from Capital Clutch. The ice block trying to avoid the Deadeye, and then thaws out, gets the kill. Nice fight from Capital Clutch.
Yep, pretty solid. Big freeze, win the game. Looks good.
I mean, they should get checkpoint in the back of this with that late kill on the Evelyn as well, so that'll get them close spawns and even up the meterage here.
Yeah, and then going to this next fight, we do have a big Graviton Surge coming through, so this could get a little bit scary for Capital Clutch. But if they're able to kind of keep this in mind and stay split, especially with Zarya, it should work out very well for them.
Captive Sun looks to have gotten blocked there by the shield. Oh, Smart did get hit by it. Couldn't tell until they emerged from beside the bot, all glowing. Rally disengaged, falling back. Here the Zodians just storm around this corner and absolutely outman Captain Pajama and Skip.
Yeah, Amazonians definitely got the better of that. Not only winning the fight, but trading an Alario for a Briggle is very, very good value. And now, once again, coming into this next part of this Graviton Surge, you know, if it's a big one, it's basically a free fight win. So Capital Clutch has to be very, very careful.
Pushing out, has the Judo with him with the orbital ray immediately invested. There's the grab. It's got, look, I just had 1 or maybe 2 on it. Caught by the wall, protected from Captain Pajama there. Neither able to get a kill off those big ultimates. The kill switch actually goes down. Even after their orbital ray and fade, kill switch just ends up back behind enemy lines. The Rampage invested here for Matthew to clean things up.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. The grab seemed to like maybe hit one person, and then the rest of the team was kind of pushing the payload. So they were just kind of split, had different ideas of what they wanted to do. So they really need to figure that out. Otherwise, this map can definitely start slipping away from the Amazonians.
I wonder if the Maywall didn't come up preemptively and kill switch actually like just got interrupted. You know, was planning to put the grab further down and it got blocked or something. The positioning on that one was so strange.
Yeah, it was very, very odd. But we'll see what happens in the next fight. Has the Reaper.
Oh no!
No, not good.
Yeah, Capital Clutch needed that Blizzard so bad to take this corner. You see the moment Captain Pajama went down, they just beat feet on out of there.
Yep, and now we're going to be coming to this next fight. Pajama has the mail still, which is very, very powerful, especially, you know, if he can wall off the queen. And another pick, though.
Twice in a row, Carried Amazonians are just getting these opening picks before the fight even starts. And each time they're pushing the bot further and further. Now they're coming real close to that lead as Matthew approaches. Blizzard in hand from Captain Pajama, finally able to get this one onto the battlefield. I thought it might have got one. Yeah, it does at least get the brig there on the back, and a player advantage here to Capital Clutch. Nice follow-up. Death Blossom won't find anything. Good fight from Clutch.
Yep, pretty solid. Mayult freeze the brig. I get it. That hero is kind of annoying to deal with. So, very solid. You know, kill the brig, win the fight. And now, going to the next one, we have ult advantage for the Amazonians. So, expecting Uwu to do a little bit of work with his visor, maybe going for a little flank action or something like that. But we got a little 1v1 here.
There we go. That was a full rail there for Zai. We're gonna get the tag visor immediately here from Zai or from Uwu. Just firing down the street.
Get him.
Oh. was that smart? Just like hanging out right there to beside Uwu, and Uwu never saw them.
I don't even know what I was seeing, to be honest. But
we just saw kill switch, a couple of nice kills.
Yeah, that was a good flank though from the soldier. Soldier ult flank, very solid. Pretty good strat. And now we have to. This queen ult is gonna be pretty devastating. But Captain Pajama could be the hero. Put up that wall at the perfect timing. Could deny the entire ult. So we'll see what happens.
Rampage plus Captive Sun. That just sounds like a nasty combo.
Plus the rally coming up. So I don't really know how you win this Green Capital. Just need a bit of a miracle kill, I think.
Captive Sun pop from the high ground.
Miracle.
That could be it. Only one hit from the Captive Sun. Smart does go down, but with that trade onto the DPS, things definitely still one voter from Clutch, but the Rampage. Oh no! Kill switch finds 3 and all of them hit the dirt.
Yeah, he might have flipped the switch there and decided to kill them all, I guess. But yeah, I mean, looking at those ults, it was kind of a predictable result. But now we got Matthew with his own queen ult coming up, so let's see if he's able to kind of get as much value as Switch was here in this last one.
I think Clutch can just use the Rampage to win. This would be ideal. Matthew's going to drop down. Doesn't even want to invest that Rampage yet. It's going to be the Orbital combined with that Rampage. Hits 3, 4. Rally completely devalued. Marsh's spot's still barely alive where we have a Queen duel going on inside. Matthew gets Marsh the spot. It was actually Captain Pajama. And help him with that duel. Good fight from Clutch.
Yeah, not bad a fight at all. I think, now we have the Mail coming up. Ooh, this is actually a very easy swap from Dash. Because now you can actually pull somebody out of the Mail, which actually is very, very annoying for Pajama. And we'll see if they're able to kind of do that. I think that's probably the vision here, but maybe we'll see that.
Gotta give a tip of the hat to Pajama just for holding on to that ult.
Yeah. Now Pajama has to be very careful about who he ults, because if they just ult one person, they're gonna get pulled out and no value.
Pajama's gonna loop in through the inside, try to get as many as humanly possible. The slide out from Uwu. Ooh, there's the lift onto the brig, the pull onto the May. And Dash is out here just protecting everybody, every cooldown, saving a life. With the rally from Skins looking to counterpunch back despite being down a player. May wall up, and Matthews got themselves in the backside against the wall in a lot of trouble, but they just get ignored. Killswitch just opts to go for the back line instead. With Matthew out of the fight, it's a shout down into the supports, the Rampage into 3. Smart with the backup against the shotgun. Doesn't even need the gun to take him down. The tick damage will finish them off, and a good fight win from the Amazonians.
Yeah, that was a really bad fight for Capital Clutch because they invested the rally, they invested the mail, and there wasn't really an answer from the other side besides the Queen ult that came later in the fight. So that was a very, very big chance to take the lead potentially, and you know, it's kind of lost, and now it's the kind of opposite where Amazonians is coming to this fight with 4 ultimates, and it's going to be very, very hard for the Clutch to win this one.
This ends now.
Duel overclocks. One from the high ground. Blizzard invested here from Eve Moon. Zion barely able to escape out of that. Lands the headshot on the Eve Moon. Actually a body shot, but Railgun nevertheless finds the kill nevertheless. Matthews Rampage is not quite getting it done. The rally is here to bolster Amazonians alongside the Tree of Life. Mark's spot eventually brought down. The elevator up. Oh, it's a platform duel against Dash. Dash is able to dodge, but only temporarily staying alive. Looks like Capital Clutch have this one in the bag.
It's pretty crazy that this fight's still went towards the Clutch because Amazonians actually invested 4 ult.
Yeah.
And so it's really, really surprising to see how the Capital Clutch were able to kind of come out with the win here. And now they have a very good chance of actually taking the lead and potentially winning this map with the rally coming up in the orbital ray. So we'll see what happens here. But actually, it's looking very good for Clutch.
Yeah, only 25 seconds to go, roughly. Now, you do have that Rampage from Killswitch. These seem to always win fights. Seem just be an auto fight win button from Killswitch, just how perfectly set up they are. Good follow-up, but with so much here in the bank.
We'd love to see the orbital ray early here. Just take the initiative. That's what I'm talking about. Just walk in, shoot them. Yep. And I think we're actually heading towards the first map for Capital Clutch.
I mean, take Killswitch down before they even get the Rampage online. Works out. Beautifully done, and this is not going to be a 4-0. Capital Clutch will get rid of that goose egg.
Okay, we got 1. Can we get 2 now? Let's see what happens. You know, it's not over. Let's get the reverse sweep going. It can happen.
Hey, one step at a time.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good map for the Clutch there. I think they somehow were able to win that fight where the Amazonians were able to use 4 ults, and they still won that fight. So honestly, great signs of life from the Capital Clutch, and I think moving forward, if they're able to keep this up, they can definitely get a couple more maps, make this a very good series.
Hey, I mean, it seems like the Jungle Queen comp is the best look we've seen from them here today. You know what, though? They're going to have to do it on the carried Amazonians map picks from here on out. And things might get a little more interesting there. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be map 5. We'll see you then. Well, we asked to see something different. We asked to see Capital Clutch come out swinging. We were hoping we could see them take a map. You know what? They delivered on all 3 of those there on Runasapi. Now we're headed into map 5, but it's going to have to be on Amazon's map pick if they want to keep this series going.
Yep, I think Capital Clutch did a very great job there on the Runasapi to kind of come out swinging, and that's what we asked for them. That's what they did. So moving forward, maybe they're able to kind of bring the momentum back towards their side, and they're able to, keep this series alive and maybe get towards, first step one step at a time, obviously. So focus on this map 5, then potentially get up to map 6 and 7.
One step at a time. Hey, you know what? Maybe Smart is the lucky rabbit's foot of this team. Bringing Smart in that support role. So far, Smart is undefeated here in the grand finals. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We do have some subs headed into this next map. We've got a couple changes on both sides. So go ahead and take a look at that real quick. We're going to start with Capital Clutch as Captain Pajama. It will be coming out, and we're going to have, I believe Not James is moving into the DPS role. So we're keeping Smart there in the support role. Not James, who we saw in the support role in map 1, slide into DPS. Oh, well, it sounds like they might be changing it again here. We'll give you updated. This is the information I have for you so far, friends. If this changes again, I'll let you know.
The one thing that's important is that Smart potentially stays in the support because they seem to maybe have the winning formula moving forward.
I'd have to agree with that. Hey, well, again, undefeated here in the grand finals. We've also got some changes on the other side. With Carried Amazonias making some swaps as well. Dash is actually sticking in that support role. We're going to get Marks the Spot now in the DPS role.
Yep. So Dash staying in the support role. Maybe we're going to keep seeing the Alari coming out. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see kind of what they have planned for this next map.
Yeah, that was, we saw Eve Moon. It was picking up the Reaper there in map number 4, headed to the bench. Mark Spot coming in, showing us a hit scan as far as their favorite player. And maybe this is a little indication of what we might see. Not putting too much weight in that, though.
Yep, and they do have the map and mode choice, so that's where we're going to go.
Yeah, Amazon have chosen Flashpoint here for map number 5, a spot where, once again, the Junker Queen could be very powerful. It's what Capital Clutch won it with on map 4. We'll see if Amazonians want to go back to that. Either way, they want to go to Cervasa. That we know for sure.
Yep, honestly, this could be a very good close map because it's a lot of kind of similar to Control, whereas both teams are just endlessly kind of fighting, not really playing too much towards the objective. So this could definitely go towards Capital Clutch. We definitely could see a map 6 if they are able to kind of play their cards right.
Well, and as we go further through the series, the number of options that Carried Amazonians have gets reduced further and further. So that map pick, not nearly as strong as it might have been if there were, more things to choose from. Maybe the Capital Clutch can kind of, fall into a rhythm here for the back half of this series and extend it, keep it going. I would love to see more Overwatch from these two.
Yeah, it looks like Dash could be coming out on this Baptiste, which is very interesting. So we're not going to be seeing the LRE, and then Capital Clutch is coming out with a Queen Reaper Lucio comp. So these guys are going to go very, very fast, and if they're able to overwhelm the Amazonians, I think they have a very good chance of winning this.
Okay, so Capital Clutch did move Skims off of the main support role into the Reaper, and Clickens actually comes in, so they're getting the Juicio backline. Triple speed. I call this the Mach 6 comp because both Jucker, Queen, Lucio, and Juno all have speed for their team. It can be very difficult to outpace. Carrion Amazonians actually hit the green light first. So they hit that shout and try to push. There's rotation out of Clutch to the other side. Carrion Amazonians do get first cap here, though.
Yeah, Clutch has to be going in at the same time, otherwise they're just going to slowly get whittled apart by this ass Dynamite and this Sam, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to get picked a lot, so they really have to play these corners and turn this corner and go in together at once, otherwise it's going to be very hard for them.
And for all the speed they have on their team, they just get stuck in place here, and Amazonians clean up on the back of this first fight. So far, so good. Marks the spot, leading an ult charge of the server. Actually, Smart's got it. Correction.
Oh, no, we are seeing a Winston here. This is actually a very good swap because the Metro obviously is notoriously very bad against Winston. Fap and Juno are not very great as well, so I think Matthew can do a lot here, but again, Capital Clutch has to be going into this game time together, otherwise they're going to struggle very heavily.
Matthew doesn't like that approach. Pushing around the other side. Skims is still here, poking in front of the front door. There's the speed ring initiating to go. Bubble used as well. Killswitch shouts, backs up. Everybody tops up. Orbital Ray now thrown in for Capital Clutch to try to secure this point. So Bob invested from Marshall's spot and an amplification matrix. This could be deadly. Coach gonna use the push. Matthew back on the wrong side of it. Matthew finds a kill on a dash amidst all of that. Through the amp matrix, Matthew comes up with 3 and is the lone player left standing here. And Capital Clutch get the objective.
Oh, the Killswitch is still alive.
Uh-oh.
Get the Mega Pack.
No! No!
You should have got the Mega Pack. Let it flip, it's okay. Oh, not Killswitch is killing everybody, I guess.
I saw the vision. Matthew tried to stall long enough for Skims to get there so the flip never happened. But yeah, just did not have the health to survive. Here, the Amazonians are up 1-0 on the map.
Yeah, so I am noticing here with Capital Clutch, whenever they play these kinds of like fast kind of dive becomes, they all go from one angle. Like they all just like run down through the middle portion of the map. And they need to be using these sides to get onto the back line because, like I said back on Numbani, if they keep going from the same angle, it makes it so easy for the enemy team to kind of deal with all the pressure. They really need to go from different angles here. Big beat, go into the back line.
Trying to, there's the jump in off the back of it. Nice kill on the dash. Primal Rage to finish off Ooh as well. Clickens, chasing Bubble going to the sky. Great tracking to finish that one off. And Capital Clutch actually get the value out of their ultimates and put up a good fight here.
Yeah, they just have to keep this pressure up. Keep setting up for the enemy backline. Don't all stay in one spot together. Keep make it an absolute mess, and their comp is superior, 100%.
Uh-oh, dangerous moment. Get yanked back off of the jump out. Oh, Matthew gets the bubble down with about 25 health.
Yeah, now here I'd love to see start with the Sojournal and just go all in with the Monkey, creating so much pressure with the Reaper.
Yep, the Skims is down early though, and Orbital Ray is keeping everybody topped up through this overclock. That's trying to engage down in the middle of it, just gets absolutely destroyed. Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think this is maybe they didn't have shift, or maybe they didn't press the shift. I'm not sure, but that is a very bad death when Zion has such a power position on top. But it's not over. They still have this Reaper roll with the Zarya bubble, which can be very, very devastating. So they just need to look for that, and they can definitely clean up this point.
Kind of all pushing right through Main Street. Skims did not try to hide anything. Just tries to full speed in. Gets absolutely shut down. No chance that was going to work. Saw that kind of mile away. Now that kill into kill switch is significant here. Capital Clutch need to take advantage of this. There's not a take on the other side. You got to clean up. But they're losing their player. Zion's down. Now Matthew about half health with the Deadeye thrown in from the other side. The shield bash almost was the end of Matthew. Barely sneaks around the corner. Time for their orbital to get thrown in. McClickens is now down in this fight. I think it's just the 2 players left here from Capital Clutch. Echo returns. Skims making that swap. See if they can support this, but Smart's down. Skims immediately brought down, and this is going to be another point on the board for the Amazonians.
Yeah, that was a very scrappy fight, but you can even see just the start of that fight. Like, the Reaper just runs down the middle it's a bit obvious what the Reaper wants to do. So the other team is the Amazonians are just able to kind of back off, absorb that pressure, and then the Reaper gets no value. So again, need to find these opportunities to kind of take it to the sides and make it a little bit more messy and make it a lot harder for the Amazonians to kind of read what Capital Clutch wants to do as the, faster, more aggressive team.
Yeah, I've seen telegraphed ults before, but that one had like a flashing neon sign saying, Death Blossom incoming.
Yeah. That is the thing that you must avoid.
Matthew coming up on this Graviton Surge. They need to get it fast. Bubblegummer gets the orbital. They might be able to survive this. A quick attack from Capital Clutch could give them the edge, but they don't want to pull the trigger on it. They're too reserved. They push up. Now the Grav comes out. They're already down there. Juno, can they equalize? There's the kill that marks the spot. Kill switch is low, but the orbital ring is in here from Bubblegummer. Pressure into the back from Skims on this Venture swap, but gets absolutely outmanned. Ends up in a mismatch in the back line. But Bubblegummer gets brought down. Matthew still charged up, still has clickets here. The sound barrier lands miraculously, and Matthew is able to stay alive. Is it enough? Uwu drops, and control here from Capital Clutch.
That was a very heroic sound barrier. I think honestly, you could even see like maybe it would be better to hold it. Maybe it's fine to use it, but honestly, I like the confidence to just drop that beat, keep fighting, and keep going. So I really like to see that from Capital Clutch.
Especially at this point in the series. Capital Clutch taking initiative there. Clickens really doing a good job on that. Skims close to another ultimate here as Kill Switch tries to push in. Capital Clutch trying to buy some time, but the Deadeye is up. Then Skims goes down. They will not get that one in this fight. Is there anything to hold off Kill Switch to the rest of this team? Kill Switch close this rampage. They're not even going to need it with what I'm seeing. Everybody coming up in the feed. Marks gets one. Dash gets one in the neutral. Marks comes up with a 3-piece of that fight, as a matter of fact.
Yep, great shots from Mark there. This next fight, it's going to be, honestly, a very important one for Capital Clutch. They're coming up with the grab. They're coming with the Ventured Ultimate. So this is actually going to be very, very important for them. If they're not able to win on this one, it's going to be much harder going to the next.
And with 2 points on the board, it's not like Capital Clutch have a whole lot of room to spare.
This could definitely be even like the last fight, depending on how long this one goes.
Clutch seem to be buying a little bit of time. I think we want this orbital or the grab, whichever. Both would be good openers here. Loop around to the back.
Great position here.
Yes. Very strong spot. Oop, Ant Matrix, time to wait this out. Oh, but Matthew doesn't make it around the corner. Dash immediately finds that kill through with the double damage. Kill Switch follows up on it. Maybe it's been a little too fast here from Amazonians. Is there time for a touch? Is there time for another fight?
This could be hard. Honestly, the Amazonians could arguably be going into the enemy spawn right now. Don't even let them touch the point, but they seem to just be holding on around the point and see if they can get a pick. It looks like,
Yeah, Clickens did not get the touch.
Yep, and that is it.
The carried Amazonians will take your grand finals or your champions here for 2024 CEA. Huge congratulations to them. It will be $1,680 going to Mary's Place, Seattle on the back of this first place finish. I will say, Capital Clutch did something nobody else could do here in this playoffs, and that was take a map off of carried Amazonians, right? Like that was a big deal in of itself. So I mean, it was something the first through third seeds couldn't do.
Yeah, and I like the fact that even towards the back half of that series, maps 4 and 5 specifically, they were just kind of they were being a lot more aggressive. They were trying to kind of make these plays happen, and for whatever reason, they weren't able to, capitalize on the mistakes, and maybe things didn't work out for them. But they did give it a try. They did their best. I think they did take a map off a team that was previously flawless. So very good performance from them. I think they can definitely not be too ashamed of this one.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. There's still $840 for second place going to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. So Capital Clutch does get, a little bit of money there to throw towards their charity of choice. And you know what? They went down swinging, Crimzo. That was all we asked. We asked that they go down swinging, and that's exactly what we saw. Even able to take that map. But hey, you know what? That does it for this grand finals. There is a lot more finals actually coming up here from CEA. Tomorrow night, we will have the CSGO grand finals that will start at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. And also keep an eye out for the CEA weekend of winter games coming up on the weekend of December 14th. But otherwise, I think that's about all we got for you. Any final thoughts here, Crimzo, on this fantastic matchup?
No, it was a great matchup. I think both teams kind of came in and gave it what they got. I think Amazonians are just a little bit too strong, especially dominant on the maps 2 and 3. But I'm happy that Capital Clutch was able to take one map and make it a fight towards the end. But yeah, I think they can hold their heads high and look forward towards the next one.
Absolutely. Hey, it'll make for a fun series for us all. Hey, you know what? That is going to do it. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Luna and XP League Franklin, here for helping us out on the stream. Want to give a big shout out to Rido behind the scenes, our production here today. But thank you all, most of all, for hanging out with us. Enjoyed some fantastic Overwatch. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for the CSGO Grand Finals. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Bye, friends.
Bye bye.